It was my year. You fed me to this guy, and I pointed right at Hunter. I do not need to wrestle you. You need to wrestle me.
CM Punk and Triple H having tension over the years is no secret and definitely no joke. The real question is, what do they think about each other today, and how did this beef start? Triple H was never a fan. People believe that the birth of their real-life feud began way before Punk joined WWE, as his heel run as ROH World Champion sparked multiple comparisons to Triple H's reign of terror. Although there's a huge chance that Punk wasn't trying to intentionally mimic Triple H, he did use the Pepsi Plunge maneuver on the Indies, which very much ended up looking like an elevated pedigree. This allegedly upset Triple H, which may have been the reason as to why he and fellow D-Generation X partner Shawn Michaels took some hate to a dark match CM Punk had in 2005. Whilst many were positive about his test match, the former two world champions attempted to bury Punk. Looking at where Punk is today in terms of stature in the business, it evidently didn't work at holding him down.
I will go somewhere else and I will get more because I know I can. Vince, with tears in his eyes, goodbye, and I walked out.
At the time, Punk was everything that veterans such as Triple H didn't like in a professional wrestler. With a less impactful style, a smaller size, and a different look, Punk had an uphill battle to climb in WWE from day one. The following year, Punk would have his very first pay-per-view match in the WWE, coincidentally teaming up with the DX pair on their Survival Series team. Heh, funny, right? Punk, the newer, younger star, received some of the biggest cheers and chants during the match, a testament to the hard work he had put into that point. During a promo from their feud in 2011, Punk made reference to this moment, claiming Triple H was jealous and unhappy that Punk overshadowed him, never sharing the screen together. It may have been jealousy, dislike, or perhaps even just circumstance that led to Punk and Triple H interacting so infrequently on WWE television.
It's not to pick and choose who I wanted, it's to pick and choose who is right. If I opened my mouth, I was willing to take the fight.
The next notable point was in 2010 when Triple H would insult Punk's looks, hair, and hygiene during a promo with the Straight Edge Society. This could have all just been fun and games made to pop the crowd, but there were seeds of something deeper. It wouldn't be long until the long hair was gone and Punk was beginning to ride a wave of momentum up the main event scene, leading to the infamous pipe bomb, which was the turning point of Punk's entire career. In a word feud, Punk aired out his grievances against the company that employed him, insulting the likes of The Rock, Vince McMahon, and Triple H. Punk went in on several people, but the fleeting comment of Doofus' son-in-law was so brief that it felt even more sincere. It was as though he couldn't even find the time to bother insulting Triple H further. The feud. Later that year, after the summer of Punk propelled him into being one of, if not the top babyface in professional wrestling, he entered a feud with Triple H. The two were a pair of the biggest names in WWE at the time, so putting them together made sense on paper.
I sold more shirts than John Cena. You said you owed me one. All I wanted was the main event of WrestleMania. You need to fire me.
What followed was a mess of a storyline, featuring a mysterious text, a brief Kevin Nash return to the ring, and big match loss after big match loss for Punk.
I do not love this anymore. I don't know as a business what we're doing anymore.
The first of which came when he dropped the WWE title at SummerSlam, quickly followed by a loss to Triple H on PVV. Punk has made no secret of how he believes that Triple H personally attempted to bury him, with capitalizing on the momentum of Punk being the clear better business move. During battles of the mic between the two, they cut deep, with Punk bringing these accusations of burying talent to life, with Triple H firing back with digs at Punk's physique. Punk is no stranger to confrontations, even with those closest to him, so seeing him having a legit rivalry with someone who's rubbed him the wrong way is quite likely. CM Punk's final dig. The storyline served no purpose, with Punk managing to find his way back to the WWE Championship and Triple H continuing as a part-time talent. It was easy to see Punk's side of things in hindsight. The two would be separate once again until plans came to light that WWE wanted CM Punk to face Triple H at WrestleMania 30, something Punk didn't want to do. Coming off years of alleged mistreatment, a buildup of injuries and frustration, Punk walked out of WWE after the Royal Rumble in 2014, and on his way out, insulted Triple H in Vince McMahon's office. From that moment onwards, Punk wasn't seen in WWE ever again. In a surprising moment, Punk didn't return to WWE per se, but instead to Fox's Backstage program, which saw an analysis of WWE TV. Rumors, of course, ran rampant about Punk coming back. In interviews, he stated that he had no intention of coming back due to the likely event that he'd be booked to face Triple H, something he had no interest in. Through reports, it seems that the pair have communicated now and again, with some potential bad blood soothing over time.
You know, CM Punk worked with us on the Fox show, and there was opportunities there. There were people around each other at all times. You know, again, I'll never say never, but the desire needs to be there on all sides to make things happen, whether in the business or whatever, right? I would answer the phone. I think we would have a conversation about it.
But now with CM Punk and AEW, that is, if he returns, since he hasn't wrestled since the post-media scrum, he and Triple H are likely to never cross paths for quite some time, which is probably for the best. And that's how the Punk vs. Triple H real-life feud happened and what it became. So, do you want to see Punk back in the WWE? Make sure to like and subscribe for more content just like this.